Hey y'all, it's March Madness at Ace Realty. Hello! We are here with our very first Ask Ace Facebook Live to answer your real estate questions. And the first thing, of course, we're having open houses all month long, so we hope that you come out and visit us, and we have some this Sunday and again next weekend. So check out those houses. We'd love to see you, and you can register to win prizes and Huron bucks, where you can spend anywhere in Huron. So that's
get those points added up.
For sure. So obviously one of the questions that we get asked a lot is just where do I start? Where do I start to buy a house? How does this work? So that's where we are happy to help, and we can come in as your realtor and go through the process. One of the very first steps is, of course, to get pre-approved so you know what dollar amount you can look at for a house. And Dwight's going to talk to us a little bit about what pre-approval is and how to go about that.
Okay, mortgage.
Dwight Weber.
Mortgage pre-approval is a commitment from a lender to provide you with home financing up to a certain loan amount. Basically, the stamp of approval that you have the money, credit history, and other credentials to buy a home up to a certain price. Lenders will do a full review of income, assets, and credit in order to issue a pre-approval. How do you get pre-approval? The paperwork is a bundle of paperwork, but you can get through it. Be prepared to offer up a pile of paperwork to earn your pre-approval, but you can do it. In general, the paperwork you'll need is assembled for the lender includes the following: pay stubs from the past 30 days showing your year-to-date income, not a problem. 2 years of federal income tax, not a problem. 2 years of W-2 forms from your employer. You're gonna have to talk to your employer maybe on that one. 60 days or a quarterly statement of all your asset accounts, which includes your checking and savings, as well as any investment accounts, such as CDs, IRAs, and other stocks or bonds. Now, most people, or many people, have IRAs, so don't leave that out. Any other current real estate holdings and your residential history for the past 2 years, including landlord contact information if you're renting. Now, it's not too bad, is it? I think you can do it. Okay.
You know, one thing I've noticed that when buyers, sometimes they come into us first and we can talk them through the process. That's not a problem, but it is important to get with the lender pretty quickly, pretty soon after you've decided to buy a house, because what we often see happen is that we've started to look at houses and we go through them and they started the loan process, but maybe they haven't gotten all their paperwork turned in, and they will not order the appraisal and the title work and so forth until they have all that paperwork back from the buyer. So sometimes we'll make an offer, and yes, they've been to the lender and they've been pre-approved, but that lender is still waiting for all of that paperwork to come in before they get the process started. So
right, and I think the pre-approval letter too is so important, because now we're getting into spring season, which is selling season, and a hot house is going to get on the market. And if you are not pre-approved, it is gone.
Yep.
And so those that are pre-approved will be the first ones to be looked at. So, and when we visit with buyers, we do a little bit of an interviewing. We talk to them, you know, have you spoke to a lender, or are you a cash buyer? There are cash buyers out there. And then if they have been pre-approved, we do want to know the lender and if we could get a pre-approval letter. And then we interview them as far as, you know, what are you looking for in a home? And then we start the process. So we try to make it as easy and uncomplicated as possible, as much as we can.
and sometimes, you know, sometimes maybe we'll ask the husband and the wife to write their own list of what they're looking for.
Yes.
Surprisingly enough, many times it's not the same.
Right. What are your top 3 most important things? And yes, it can be very different.
So we try to get them on the same page before we get too far into the process. So it's really a fun process. We really enjoy doing it. We would love to hear your questions as you have them. And we're happy to sit down with you and go through the process. Even maybe you're not thinking about buying a house for 6 months to a year.
Right.
You know, sometimes people don't have a lot of credit built up, and that takes some time. So we can help you through that, or get you hooked up with a lender so that you can know what you need to do to get that credit built up.
Right.
Or maybe you know, you have a little bit of a lower credit score, so we can give you some tips on how to improve that so that you can purchase a house sooner rather than later. We'd love that. One thing I just wanted to bring up, and this is for sellers. So when sellers are preparing their house for sale, you know, in Huron, we do have a lot of houses that were built in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And so back then, what was really popular is oak cabinetry and so forth. And so a great way to update your kitchen very inexpensively is to paint your cupboards. And so I think it does take a lot, you know, some time and some effort to follow the right steps. And Michelle used to be in the kitchen business, kitchen and bath business,
yes.
so you might be able to talk to that a little bit. But the process to do so is very important as far as like preparing
Doing it well,
preparing
yes.
the cabinets and so
Build
forth.
a foundation for your painting, and you can have it professionally done for sure, but you can do it yourself too. There's so many Pinterest ideas and YouTubes, and the paint stores will help you, so you can do it on your own, and those little things make a huge impact.
Well, they do, and at a, you know, it's certainly cheaper than putting in a whole new kitchen
Correct,
and whole
yes.
new cabinetry
Right.
and so forth. And
Right.
boy, I've seen some before and after pictures, and they're really, really amazing. So it's a great
Yes.
way to update your home
Mhm.
with the least expense possible, I
And
think.
those are things that we can step into, and we can walk through your home, and we can give you tips and ideas, and let you know what would be a good investment and maybe not so good of an investment, so.
Yeah. And one last thing that we'll bring up for this Ask Ace Live, is that, you know, interest rates are the lowest that they've been in a year. And so it's a great time to jump in the housing market and save on those interest rates, because even a difference of a percent over 30 years can make a huge difference. So we're excited to help. Give us a call at Ace Realty, 605-352-8618. Email your questions to office@acerealty.net. And we will see you again next week.
Yes, thank you, bye.